Welcome in, everybody, to episode number 51 of StickKidSports. We're here, we're live, we're activated. Let's get it. It's a Monday, June 19th. Forward, how we doing over there on the other side of things in Tampa, Florida?
We are ready on the grind, pushing through summer school.
Oh, yeah.
It's a grind, but we have a lot of things planned in the works to differentiate. That's all we're going to say for now, but to differentiate, okay?
That's our new term, differentiate. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
But before we start, we do have a giveaway that we did last episode. Big giveaway. Episode 50. We're going to make it episode 50 and 51, guys. We're giving you a chance to secure a jersey. Why not? Just do it. Just enter, guys. A free jersey up to $100 on us. You just got to just comment and subscribe. Comment and subscribe. Like if you want to, but just comment and subscribe to our new YouTube post. That will be this episode 51. 50, yep. You can also comment and subscribe to that one. Doesn't matter. One of them, guys. If you can do that, comment and subscribe. That's all I'm going to keep saying on our Instagram, on everything. Comment and subscribe. You can win a jersey up to $100 on us. Why not do it?
It will take you no longer than 30 seconds.
Yes.
So why would you not do it? Not even. Maybe 10 seconds.
It's worth it, guys. It's worth it. Trust us on that. So let's get into it, though. Let's get into it. I first want to say this because why not? If you guys need something to watch, it's dead time in sports, right? NBA Finals is completed. MLB's okay. I like it. You can bet on it. You can get some wins with it. But I want to highlight something. Tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern, Major League Pickleball will be on ESPN2. Go watch. Should be a fun one.
Have you ever watched Major League Pickleball?
I haven't. Educate me.
It's not the most enjoyable, but
okay,
it is there. I mean, I don't think you can bet on it.
Dang.
But you can definitely watch it. I mean, sure.
Just had to say
it's probably going to be Ben Johns and his brother. They're the goats of pickleball, if you didn't know. And they are the best in solo and duo, the Johns brothers. So tap in. It's probably going to be them tonight if it's actually, like a championship.
I like it. It says session 1 championship or season 1. Sorry. So, I mean, yeah, it could be easily them.
It could be the Ben Johns. Don't miss out. Pickleball at 9.
Got to. Just had to say it. Also, U.S. Open. Why not? I mean, I know people.
I'm going to pass, Brad.
He's going to pass, but I know viewers out there have watched and did watch, I should say, the U.S. Open this weekend. Shout out Wyndham Clark as the champion. Didn't bet on the guy. Put Rory, a lot of money there, and sprinkled some on Scheffler. Didn't work out for me, obviously. Even Ricky Fowler sprinkled, because why not? But didn't work. But listen, Wyndham Clark, guys literally had, I think this year he was on the PGA Tour. He's had 2 PGA Tour appearances. His one that I guess is like second or third one. He's won one earlier in the year. Now he's got a major championship. Shout out Wyndham. He was not supposed to win. He did. I mean, respect.
Did you just say you sprinkled 3 people in the U.S. Open?
I did.
It's time to call the number. It's time to call the number.
Listen.
It's officially time to call the number.
All right. Maybe you're right, but I did like to watch golf. Even if I didn't bet on it, I would have watched, I think, Father's Day. Hopefully you guys all had a good Father's Day. But I thought
shout out the dads out there.
Yeah, why not? Shout them out. I just think that it was a good thing to watch on Father's Day, regardless of the money. But my money was not great. So
okay. I mean, no. I mean, I was making coin betting baseball, so have fun with US Open.
Okay. Baseball's a good thing to do, guys. Bet raise, money line.
There you go. Safe bet.
Safe bet. Maybe you can sprinkle Reds. There you go. You can tell me your plays if you want. But
you know what? Just right now, the hottest team in baseball is the Reds. They will make the playoffs. Don't sleep on them. They're just unstoppable right now. Everyone's scared of them. They swept the Stros. What more do you need to hear?
Fair enough. Let's get into it, though. We got StickKidSports, episode 51. We got to tackle some stuff. Come on now.
We're going to tackle.
We're going to tackle. We're going to do what we got to do. First thing we're going to get into, though, is we're going to talk about the champions, the Denver Nuggets. Why not, right? I mean, a dynasty, as we'll say, has begun. The dynasty that we did a start bench cut on. We've mentioned it before. On my TikTok, we put it on Instagram. This Denver Nuggets team could have a dynasty. What are your thoughts on that?
It is the Denver Nuggets, the start of the trilogy. Denver Nuggets are here. They are proud. Jokic having a good time at the parade. That's a rarity, guys. A rarity. Christian Braun definitely should have been a frat star at Kansas because that guy's out of control.
He is.
But, good for them, man.
I agree. And I think shout out to Malone as well, as we're on topic of people getting after it. And the guy just turned, we'll call it, he flipped a switch with the booze flowing. Let's get it, champions. I was loving it, dude.
No, Malone.
He was
Not
getting into his element, man. He's like, don't mess with us. Back to a bag. Coming your way. I was like, okay, Malone.
Malone. You can tell that he kind of had that in him, though. You could kind of see it.
You could.
Good for him, letting them loose at the parade. They had such a huge showing. I'm not sure if you saw, but they had more people at the parade than the whole city of Denver's population.
That's nuts. I did not know that. That's pretty impressive.
So they're getting a lot of travelers coming in to go to Denver for that parade, which is insane. But yeah, I truly think this could be the start of a serious dynasty. There will be a lot of trouble in the West. I mean, you look at the West, we thought there could be a lot of options, to compete with them, but there really wasn't. No one stood a chance the whole playoffs. And, I don't think anyone can really say that anyone did. I mean, Suns put up the biggest fight, and we'll get into them, a little bit later into this episode, but man, they are obviously going to be a problem.
And you mentioned it when you said that it was easy for them to win it. I mean, I shouldn't say easy, but they had a smooth path, 3-4-1, 4-1, 4-0. Like, it was very impressive what they put on. And as of right now, the current odds have Denver for the NBA championship in 2023, 2024 at plus 460, the best odds in the NBA. Right behind them would be the Celtics at plus 500, but in the Bucks.
Wait, really?
Yep.
That switched then, I think.
So what was
the Bucks?
Well, actually, they're tied. So maybe Boston just went down in odds, then, because they're also plus 500.
Okay, so they're evened up now.
They're evened up, but I guess we'll mention the question for why not? As we're on the topic with this dynasty we've mentioned and have established, it's there. Do you think the Denver Nuggets will go back to back in 2024 to win another NBA championship?
It's early to say. I think that they can for sure, just because, I mean, they've proven to be the most dynamic, best. I mean, they're great defensively. They're the best offensive team, in my opinion. They just have so many options. The bench even came in and did what they needed to in the playoffs when they had supposedly the worst bench production the whole year. So that really shows that they can step up when needed, when they want to. But the problem with them is Porter Jr. and Murray's injury problems. We've known that that's been a problem for a long time. That's what you have to worry about with the Nuggets. But if they're going to be healthy, at least majority of the year and come playoff time, I think they get it done again.
Health is their biggest concern. I'm with you. I'm riding that train. If health is there for them, they're going to be tough to beat for any NBA team. However, we forget about the freak that is Greek, and his name is Giannis Antetokounmpo.
I do love, yeah.
We can't forget. I think this dude is coming in hungrier than he ever has in his prime years. Right here, right now. This is it, man. Let's go to work. Let's put Jokic on his behind, on the floor, and go at his neck, man. Come on, Giannis. I want to say the Bucks to win, but you mentioned it's hard because with the health of the Nuggets, how can they stop with all those weapons? I will say that. I'm just mentioning that I think the Bucks can really match up. I want them to so bad. Get a few more weapons. Let's go.
They are the ones that can match up best. My thing is, Drew Holiday had a really bad last few games in that playoffs. It was really hard to watch. He couldn't hit a shot. He was broke. He couldn't stop Jimmy either, which is what he's there for, known for being the best defender in the whole league, voted by the players.
But we did say I think Jimmy was injected with something for that series, and then he decided to not get injected anymore. Okay, yeah, sure.
Could have been. Maybe he's on something that series. Sure. But
he had the magnet.
We can't let it slide.
True.
We can't let it slide. And Chris Middleton has not been the same. He has not been the same. I think it's time for maybe him to move on.
Yeah. Well, I think they need to reload a little bit, and I don't know how they will because contracts and who's available that fits their mold. There's a lot that goes into it, but yeah, I think they need to do something else with the franchise because you can't go and beat this Nuggets team with who you have right now. I'm with you. I think they need to figure out a way, and I think they can figure out a way is what I was trying to hint at. But Middleton could be a reason why they aren't. And he might have to leave. Maybe Drew Holiday needs to just look in the mirror a few more times. I think he's a good player to have on an NBA championship team, but he didn't show it in that series. But we'll see. I mean, I like the take.
No one really did, though. Giannis didn't show up.
No, not really at all.
No, but my thing with Giannis, dude, I love Giannis. I love his game. I love him as a player. But I think people are just starting to figure out he can't shoot.
Yeah, it's an issue.
It's a heavy issue. They were hack-a-shacking him. He went 40% from the free throw line, shot like 25 in that last game.
He might be
9 for 25 or something. It was insane.
He might have just been better in the 70s and 80s. That would have been his prime peak.
But dude, if you can't hit free throws,
then you're not even.
If you're him, you're not good anywhere. You have to be at least hit free throws.
Sure. Yeah, it's tough. We'll see what the Bucks do. I just wanted to hint at them, but I agree. Sure. I mean, if you're going to take any money somewhere, put them at plus 460. Put the Nuggets there. Health concerns, but I like it. Dynasty. The dynasty is beginning, and once you get 2, the dynasty is established, right?
And then it's a trilogy.
Then it's a trilogy,
as
and now you
stated.
have. Yeah.
Yes. Trilogy.
It could happen. Could it happen? Trilogy inbound. Whoa. We'll keep talking about that as the offseason progresses. Big trade alert. Big trade alert happened yesterday. Popped on the phone. I had to check it out. What's going on exactly? Bradley Beal is out of Washington. It's taken him just ages to get out of there. It's been tough. He's been injured. He's had a rough just situation, I would say, right? But now he's out. He's traded to the Phoenix Suns for CP3, Landry Shamet, a handful of second-round picks, and some swaps. What is going on with this trade? Can you break this down?
Awful trade. Awful trade. I looked at it. I saw just on my phone. I was driving, actually, and it said, Bradley Beal's traded. And I'm like, oh, no way. The Heat got it done. I was not expecting it this quick. It's going to be the Heat. We're going to be stacked. Nope. Phoenix Suns. And I was disappointed. I was really disappointed. I thought on the Heat he was going to be really good. I thought that's exactly what we needed. But then I looked at the Suns and I looked at their starting lineup, and it's just so ugly, dude. It's just so – it's not going to work at all. They have 3 players that do the same thing.
Score.
3 of them. Score the ball, don't pass. I mean, they just shot create. They're not even spot-up shooters. They just shot create. Why would we have 3?
I don't know. And maybe the new coach we'll figure it out.
Vogel? We all know how
Vogel,
that's going to go.
Vogel. He's going to say, "Your timeout is established. KD or Booker or Beal. What are we doing?
What are we doing?" And then you still have DeAndre Ayton, who has had clear problems with the team for years now. No one likes him. They don't want him on that team.
Yeah, I think their biggest mistake I really think Ishbia comes in, he's hot, he's ready to go, and he tries to get everything for Kevin Durant. You don't win a championship. Now it looks bad, and I don't think it's just it's just bad. I don't see them winning. I don't see them beating Denver with that team. I don't see them winning championships, and that's what you do when you go grab Kevin Durant. You're trying to win a championship, and it's just not going to be good, I don't think. Now you go get another star. He's overloading with stars.
That's and as we said, I think it was last episode, it's the end of the big trios of just studs. It's 2, and you back them up with great role players, defense, and people that can come off the bench and actually give you rest. Right. Booker and Durant had to play, what was it, like 45, 46 minutes of 48 in the playoffs?
Yep.
It's unsustainable. Can't do it.
And who's it gonna be over there in Washington? Now we can switch the page. Is Kristaps Porzingis?
It's over, dude.
Okay,
it's over. They're the worst.
I was
them and the Pistons.
I'm looking, right? Okay, this trade, I don't like it. I said, I'm just confused what's going on. People are like, well, no, it's great for Washington. They'll waive CP3. They'll get great pick in the draft. Yeah, they have a good, decent spot in the draft, I think. But I'm like, dude, I still don't understand what you're doing either. You get a guy that's just not gonna. He will be brutal. He'll be on their team. I don't think they'll waive him. I don't think, but maybe they will. And then what are they gonna get for him? Not much, because you're just letting him go. And then you have Landry Shamet as your starting too. And I mean, yeah, he's proven to maybe score a little bit, but or be a role player. But that's at best to me. You're a role player, dude. I don't know. I think it was just brutal for both sides, as you said.
The Wizards starting guards: Johnny Davis, Monte Morris, Landry Shamet,
and Chris Paul if he's still alive.
Wow.
Kyle Kuzma is your 3, and then you got Porzingis, and I don't even know who their center is. So that's just brutal.
It's awful. And you traded Rui Hachimura, who has proven to be a great player.
They look awful.
They look so bad. It's just them and the Pistons should honestly just say we better just close up shop. Yeah. I really do.
Agreed.
Just give up.
Throw the franchise away.
Yeah, they should. Or combine.
Combine. Maybe you could work.
Yeah, they still wouldn't be good.
Oh, man. I mean, I guess we both agree, though, going back to Beal, I think you already mentioned it a little bit, but better fit in Miami. I mean, why? If the Heat
for the Wizards, especially.
Yeah, the Wizards
get
too.
Young pieces that can actually come in and develop with you. Like Hero, you probably could have gotten.
You could have gotten Tyler Hero easily. I mean, could have gotten, who knows? I mean, you could have gotten, anybody really. They have such a deep guard position, especially at the 2, where I mean, you could have gotten someone that really could change, and they would have got Hero. They wouldn't have gotten even Struce or Duncan or anything, just because they're not at that caliber of a Beal. Or I mean, even if it just wouldn't work. So they would have gotten Hero, let's just say, and then they would have gotten second-round picks. And they all talk about, they're going to build, right? They're starting over. Hero's a good person to have on your roster to add stars, add young talent with. He's young.
I agree.
So I agree. Heat would have been way better with, I think, Beal and the other way around.
Sides.
Wonder what happened.
Because if you look at the Heat, I mean, what did they struggle with? When Jimmy wasn't going absolutely ballistic, it was who are they going to go actually go get a bucket?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what Beal could have brought to them.
Right. Yeah. And with Butler obviously getting older and older now. I mean, he's definitely younger than Butler. I don't know how much younger. I'm pretty sure he's a few years back. Beal's gonna still stand your way, and I think he's 29. So Butler's over 30, I believe now.
29 Beal. Jimmy's 33.
Right. So not crazy difference, but Jimmy would maybe like to still be a facilitator and not have to take over games. Like you mentioned, he likes to pass the rock, drive, dish. He can go get some, take over mode Butler, randomly.
He wants to be, I think, a 20-point a game guy. He doesn't want to have to go give you.
Beal would like it in 30 if he wants.
Beal, that's what he wants. He wants you to just give him the ball and he's going to shoot every single time.
Right.
I think, though, as we've seen with John Wall, who was also a stud in Washington, you traded him and look what he became. No one even wants him. He's basically nothing. He's worth nothing now. So it'll be interesting to see how Beal, who's really done the same thing as Wall,
injury-wise too.
Out. Yeah.
Right. So it could be one of those situations where Washington knows more than we do in the inside. They know Beal's rough shape, whatever. It hasn't come out really much, and they're getting rid of him at a good time. But I just
think these shooters that are known for being the man and just the offense is theirs, the team is theirs. And they go to teams where they have to actually share, the stars and be on a winning team. It just sometimes it doesn't work out. We saw that with John Wall.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
injuries too. But I mean, it's just not. It happened with Westbrook. I mean, Westbrook has not been the same since it's been his team at the Thunder.
Kyrie Irving. I mean, he's
always had. You could maybe say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
stuff like that.
True. Well, we'll see. I mean, it happens. So they can't go to Miami now. But another big news that happened was Draymond Green, which there was good speculation he wasn't going to come back. But he declined his player option, and he will be a free agent now this summer. And what I think is interesting is the fact what Kerr has said on Mike. He said Draymond Green is needed for us to win. We need Draymond, blah, blah. He's mentioned that multiple times throughout the years and even this past season. Now no Draymond for the Warriors. Is this the smart move for Draymond? Is this what he should have done? Is this what's expected? What can we process with Draymond getting out of Golden State?
Well, he's not getting out of Golden State, right?
Well, he's not taking his option, and I don't know if they'll sign him or not. I mean, he's going to take money. He's going to take a new contract. I don't know what he's going to do, but
I think he'll end up back at Golden State. I don't think it's even entertainable for him to not be there. I mean, that would be the biggest mistake of his life.
Yeah, it's just interesting, though, because I don't know what he's wanting then, right? Because he gets his option, he gets another year or two, whatever it is, and then now he gets a new contract from him versus he might just be wanting more money. That's what I would think. So you don't take your option. Now you're like, okay, well, Golden State pay me more to stay. So he's using his leverage.
That's what it is. I mean, he's just going to leverage and try and get more coin. But at the end of the day, I mean, who really can / wants to offer him? I mean, the only people that would want him are full championship contending teams. Right. And who can afford that, really? No one, really. Because he wants so much money for someone who's not a scorer.
Yeah, I don't think he'll get much. I mean, he's going to get signed somewhere just because he's shown he can win a championship or be a part of a championship roster. But I think he's not going to get what he's thinking.
He thinks he's so good. Like,
yeah, exactly.
It's just like you're not all that, buddy. You're just not.
Yeah, my take, I think he might make himself look a little worse in the situation because he declines, and now he's all right. Let's go. I'm this big time blockbuster guy now. I'm out of my team. I'm open to whatever. I got my agent on my right. Let's go. And then it's just like not going to be a lot. I think I could be wrong. Maybe a lot of people are jawing at the bit, but I don't see that. And I think he might not look as great as he thinks out of this free agency.
He definitely might not.
Yeah, but Jokic. Let's talk back to Nuggets because Nikola Jokic, all about he doesn't want to be a part of – not be a part of it, I should say, but I don't care. I want to go back to Serbia.
MVP trophy.
Where is it? I lose the MVP trophy. I don't want to go to the parade really because it's 4 days after that we win. Yes. I want to get out of here. But as you mentioned, it looked like he had fun. All right, he had to put a smile on his face, but he was already spotted. There's been videos and footage confirmed spotting him at a horse race in Serbia. He's at his home spot. He's happy. Mm-hmm. What are we thinking about it? Nikola Jokic. I mean,
I just love it so much, actually. Yeah. Like, I love it. It's like, I don't think he touches a basketball the whole offseason. I truly don't think he does. I don't think he thinks about it. I don't think he touches one. And he's still the best player in the league by miles to me. That's so impressive.
It is. Yeah, I mean, you look at him. He's never in physical great shape.
No.
He looks like he pounds beers in the offseason and comes back.
He really does.
Like basketball. Let's do it.
He's like, well, it's time, honey. My offseason is done. We have to go back.
Yeah, it's funny. He loves his own home country. I love that. In Serbia, he's Serbia proud. And he's got that FIBA in August, right? That he'll be in.
So well, I think it's projected. I don't think he'll play.
Yeah, that's fair, actually.
I don't think he will at all. I don't think he wants to. Why would he?
But he also loves Serbia. So maybe
that's the only reason he would.
Yeah. Huh. That's a good, interesting thing. Will he play in FIBA? I mean, I could see it because he loves Serbia, but then you go to the other side, he just doesn't care about basketball in the offseason. But for his own country.
Have you seen in the locker room, like what he does at halftime? Have you seen like these players talk about it?
I don't think so.
They asked like previous players like Isaiah Thomas, who was on his team, and like Austin Rivers. They're like, so how is Jokic like during halftime? Because he said he never gives speeches. I'm sure you saw that.
Oh, yeah.
Like, do you ever talk with the team? He's like, no, of course not. And they're like, well, what does he do? And they said he plays little kid games on his phone. He just plays games on his phone the whole halftime. He doesn't pay attention. He's just on his phone playing games. And then he just comes back out and drops 40.
You know, it's gotta be like coaches when he's a young kid. Like someone told him, listen, you gotta just zone out everything. When you get on the court, when you're inside the lines, that is when you are at your very best. But when you're out of it, think about You can think about whatever you want. You can just take your mind off the game until you step foot on the floor. And he was told that when he was 10 years old, and he lives by it now to this day. And he is the best player in the NBA right now.
Yeah.
And he's able to do that because
It's
maybe that has that mechanism where it works.
I think that's awesome. And I think that could go into like, not just NBA, but just any sport in general. I just think so many people take it so serious and think so much about it, when if you just go out there and play like he does, I really think he just goes out there and hoops. And that's why he's so good.
I love that. That's awesome. Jokic playing video games at halftime.
Like, imagine your best player, you're down like 15 NBA finals. I know that didn't happen, but say it was.
Yeah.
And he's just on his phone playing Clash or something.
Nikola. He's great. He's actually
great.
Awesome.
He's the best.
Yep. And I love it's all coming out big. I mean, now that they won, more has come out, and just more people are paying attention to it because he has won a championship now. And it's just great that these stories come out. He wins, so you can't even talk too much about it. Let him do it. Yeah. Let him play video games. He just won you a championship. You can't even tell him to stop. I love it.
It's so awesome. You got to wonder if he even like goes to practice.
I don't know.
I don't know either. I'll be there at the game. See you then.
And Mike Malone goes, "Yep, I'm good with it. I'm chilling.
That's cool.
I'm chilling. I'm
See
chilling."
Jokic.
That's hilarious, man. Well, we'll get into our last thing before we kind of do some ranking and comparisons throughout the rest of the episode. But our last thing kind of we want to mention for a question before we go into that stuff is a pretty cool one, and a top one I've been thinking about still at this point in the episode. And we have, who are you starting your franchise with next season if you could pick any player from the whole NBA? Who's the guy? Who are you going to say, here's the keys, let's go win this whole thing right now?
Oh,
it's tough.
Yeah. I mean, there's so many different ways you can go about this, right? I mean, age, just skill, but winning. I mean, it's very tough. But honestly, I mean, I do take this into consideration, but I still think he has so much time, and with the level he's played with from the start to now, just what he does, honestly, I think he could be on any team and fit any mold, and he's still going to be the best player night in, night out. And I think people want him on his team. And it is Nikola Jokic.
I knew it.
Yep, 28 years old, and I'm taking him to start my franchise.
Even with the video games.
With everything about him. I love it. I just think you need someone in the locker room who's maybe not taking it as serious, who's just out there. He's still going to get you 40. You know that. He's going to dish the rock and get a triple-double every other night. Don't worry about him. He's going to go do his thing on any team. You can build around him. He can do you run the double pick and roll with. I mean, if you put someone else in Murray's shoes, could they do it? Probably. If you put another guard. I mean, Jokic makes everyone so much better. That's who I'm starting my franchise with. And he still has so much years, especially with how he plays. There's no athleticism involved. None.
He does have a lot of years left the way he plays too. And that's something to think about. He's older than what you probably want in starting a franchise in terms of like just a number of an age, but the way he plays could be longevity. So interesting. Man. Yeah, I mean, I like it. And that I think that's where I could go for sure, but I'm not. I'm going to spin it. A player that people would say last year, every single time we'll go starting with him. Let's do it. Sure. But listen, rough situation, I think, that gets overlooked a little bit with another player, a superstar coming in on his team, and it just didn't work well. But, I mean, before that, you were seeing things that you haven't seen before. And at 23, 24 years old, I still think that I would love to have him as my centerpiece and to build around to go get one. I love seeing him in the playoffs. The person I'm going to start to build my franchise around next season still will remain to be Luka Doncic. Okay. I mean, listen, I just think he plays like Jokic, someone that we haven't really seen before. Like, and his style, it's slow, it's lethargic, but he's just so smart. He sees the game differently. He's putting up, 33, 8, and 8 and making Dallas just be so much better with him on the floor. And early in the season, he was the favorite for the MVP. It didn't work out that way. I just think this dude carries the load, but he does it in a way that is just incredible to watch. So I'm going to take Doncic still and remain.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people, including myself, could be overreacting a little bit from this last season.
Yeah.
Honestly, he was not near the same player. Not near it. I mean, you looked at, I'm just going to go a little bit based on prize picks because that's how I see most players' stats.
Mm-hmm.
But he had a constant line of 32, 33, and he wasn't hitting it consistently.
Jokic really does hit his point totals. He does.
But he's hitting everything. He's also a big man that plays lethargic compared to your point guard who plays slow as molasses in Luka Doncic.
Sure.
I think with Luka, he's a great player. I think he has a lot of upside. He's very young. My thing is since he's not a big guy and plays so slow and has the ball in his hands so much. I mean, he holds the ball for 22 seconds. How do you find players that want to be with that / that it works with on that team? That's my concern.
Sure. It's got to be people, that just are selfless in the way they play. They want to be catch and shoot. They want to be pick and roll type players and just their best big men be role players on the roll, pick and roll. And I mean, it's a good point to make, but I just think his way he creates shots, the way he creates, scoring opportunities is just different. But that's like Jokic too. I think Jokic does that as well, and there's other players that do. Any honorable mentions?
Honorable mention, actually, that I could throw out there. There's tons. I mean, you could give credit to so many people, but one that I was really thinking of was actually Shai Gilgeous-Alexander from OKC.
I originally thought you were going to say him, but
yeah, he's good. I mean, I think that just the improvement that he's making. He's so young, guys, so young. We just watched him in college. I never thought that he'd be the player that he is right now. Didn't get that shine at the Clippers, but now that he's at the Thunder, it's just such drastic improvement.
Yeah.
And that just shows how great they are at improving players. I mean, if you've looked at all the young players that have come in and how good they've gotten, I mean, it's just awesome to see. I mean, he gets 33. He runs the offense through him. He does it all. He's a great defender as well. I really like his game.
Yeah, I like Shai as well. That was another one I was going to consider throwing out there. Just needed a little bit more from him for me to get it. But the numbers he put up this season was incredible. Jason Tatum's another one that people would say.
I'm out on him.
I know you're out on him, but that's one I'll tip a cap to. Ja Morant was always one till what's happened.
Fully out.
He's fully out, as me as well. I don't know. I'm trying to think of a couple other ones that I was on my head. Tyrese Halliburton. I don't know. I don't think so though. But you could
probably not. But I mean, good young player.
Yeah.
Another one you could throw out is LaMelo Ball, as we've spoken about. Definitely riskier.
So risky, but upside's there. As it always is
there. The like everyone wants to see him.
Yes.
I think Trae Young should be considered more. I think he's the most hated on, underrated guard in the whole NBA.
I like that. Trae. Respectable.
I mean, look at what he did against the Celtics. I mean, he does not have that great of a team. He really doesn't. And he picks them apart. Dishes. Hits threes from logo. Gets in the paint.
Sure.
His defense, it's not good. It's not good. But a lot of stars' defense isn't good. Let's be honest.
I agree. Yeah. All right, well, we'll get into the games. I like that. That was tough for me to decide, but went with it. And now we got actually an NBA trios. We're going to rank these trios, that all-time trios that, what would you do with them, right? What do you start, bench, cut them almost we could do. So we're ranking them 1, 2, 3. First trio we have is Kobe, Pau Gasol, and Lamar Odom. Legendary. The Laker days in the 2000s. Money. Next one, Stockton. How do you say it? Hornacek?
Yeah.
I could be wrong with that. Hornacek and then Malone. That's a 3 dynamic one back then when they were a valid squad. And then last one we're going to throw in is Jamal Murray, Nikola Jokic, and Michael Porter Jr.
Yes.
Rank these trios, guys.
Wow. I'm very curious to hear your list.
Yeah.
I want you to start it off, actually.
All right. I like this a lot. So for me, I think my three spot, I'll start three, go up. I think Stockton, Malone, and Hornacek. I think for me, yes, great success. I think you look at what they were able to do back. I mean, how many championships did they win? Well, at least one. I don't know how many, maybe
I think
two.
it's only one.
Only one. Okay. But I don't know. I think that they're able to, they changed, and back when they played as a trio, what trio was about. There was obviously MJ. There was
Stockton,
obviously,
0 championships.
he has 0, so he doesn't even have one.
He lost to, I guess, Jordan like every time.
Okay. That's fair, though. I thought he won it when, maybe I'm wrong then.
0.
Yeah. Okay. That's a good thing to remember for an episode. But no, 0 championships. You could say that. But no, Stockton's one of the best point guards to ever do it. He still is ranked up there at most people's lists. Malone was dominant, big man. You couldn't stop him. Hornacek, a great player as well. I mean, they had an established trio during that time. Yes, great, but I just don't think I like who's going to nudge them when just getting a championship. So at the 2 spot, I'm going to go with the trio in Nikola, Jamal Murray, and MPJ. I mean, yes, it's maybe crazy for me to put them above a team or guys that were established longer, but they are just different, especially Jokic and Murray. The reason why maybe they're not even higher for me, because I love them, is that 3rd spot in MPJ, health concerns. He wasn't completely dominant when he could be. And for the trio to be that perfect one you're looking for, but man, they're so great. Jokic at the realm. I love him at 2. The top spot, how can you go wrong? Kobe, Powell, Odom, Dynasty they created in LA. Together, how many total do they have together? That's a good question. I don't have it at the top of my head, but those 3 are elevated as, I wouldn't know about, probably top 10 trio, in my opinion, all the time. And it's just a great, great group together that just was able to change the game in that era. So I like them at the 1, and how can you touch them with the championships they won?
Yeah. I mean, Kobe overall had a 5-2 record in the NBA Finals.
Incredible.
Yeah, they won a championship together, Kobe and Powell, at least in 2010. I'm sure that's with Lamar as well.
Yes.
But
I think you're right.
Pau Gasol, how many championships did he have? I think just
I think he joined. 2. He had 2. So, and then Odom was the 6th man. He was the guy that was a good 3rd star to have as a key role player.
Yes.
They won 2 rings together.
Yeah, back to back.
They made 3 finals. So yeah, obviously, it can be crazy to say where I put the Jokic trio and Murray, Jokic, and MPJ, but I'm going with it. I like him at 2. I want him to keep going for me.
Yeah, of course. I mean, this could be a little bit of predicting, you could say, with my list, but I am going to go with that 3 as well, John Stockton, Malone, and Hornacek. For me, I mean, they made 2 NBA Finals appearances, as I just looked up, 0 wins, but obviously a very tough era with great basketball and Michael Jordan's stacked team in the Bulls. And they were very close to winning that, very tough. John Stockton is the top 5 point guard of all time. And Malone is debatably top 5 power forward, you could say.
Yes.
Still to this day.
That duo was legendary.
Legendary duo. For me, Hornacek could be the worst of the, I guess, trios that we have listed, possibly. He was a spot-up shooter, kind of a 3-and-D guy. But in this day and age, would he really be that great? To me, not really. So I have them in last, maybe because they just didn't win a championship, but also because Hornacek to me is kind of the weakest of these 3rd guys.
Sure.
At 2nd, I actually have my favorite player of all time, Kobe, Powell, and
wow, he's doing it. He's doing it.
Yeah, I am. I'm doing it. Listen, guys, I mean, Kobe, as of right now in this list, to me is the greatest of any of these guys. But Pau Gasol, he's great. Yes, he is a legend. He is a Hall of Famer, but he's not that special. He's not better than Malone. He will not be better than Jokic as a big man either. And honestly, Lamar Odom, he's nothing special at all. Nothing special. This is really a duo to me. A duo, and Lamar is just there floating around. He was the sixth man who did a little bit. He dated Khloe Kardashian, whatever. Okay. You can take your Oreos that you eat before dinner to go. They're at 2, even though they have 2 finals. But guys, this trio in Denver is something so special. I think Jokic will be ranked as the best player out of any of these guys when it's all said and done. I know he has 1 ring, but he should have 3 finals back to back to back. He's proven to be the most dominant in the league for a long time now. He's just unbelievable what he's done. And Jamal Murray is a great, great point guard. He does exactly what he needs to do. And Porter Jr. is so young, so young. Yeah, he didn't have the best NBA finals, but he did come in clutch when they started slow in that last game and went crazy to start off. Porter Jr. has so much upside, and I think these guys are actually going to just keep winning as this dynasty, and I think they're going to be above both of these trios.
Okay. Future predictions, because obviously they don't have as many championships, but that's why you throw them in there, because why would you if you were talking presently only?
Presently, probably 2, but they still could be 1.
Man, I don't know if I can.
Jokic is so good, dude.
He is so good.
Jokic could be the best player we've ever seen. He just broke records in this playoffs. He did break records.
He did.
Without trying.
Yeah. I mean, you could, I guess, make a case for them to be the best. I thought of it more, based on how I like the players together and
together they have the best chemistry to me.
Yeah, so together and just like what they were able to do, right? Because they're already done the other 2 groups. So it's interesting to throw them in the mix because they're not done yet. Easily could be the best. Easily, they get another one, they're the best because MPJ is better than Lamar Odom. And you could easily say Jamal Murray's a better second option than Pau Gasol. Easy. I mean,
if he wins another, for sure.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I think one more, but for me, that other championship and along with the Pau Kobe connection was pretty elite.
Listen, I love Kobe.
I know you do.
Kobe's my favorite player, but it's just like for these trios.
Sure, I like it. MPJ putting some respect to his name with this, but he's showed in the end that game 6 or it was a game 5 that he was clutch. That was big for him, big for his career so far. All right, let's transition into it like that. But can Nikola Jokic, and you already almost answered this for you, but can Nikola Jokic be the greatest center of all time?
I mean, I'm giving my answer. I think that he can be the best player of all time. Wow. Not just center, best player of all time.
Heard it here. Nikola Jokic will be the best player of all time, Chase Ford.
The efficiency, the winning in regular season, there's no drop-off. He performs the same in both at such a high level, right?
Mm-hmm.
He wins. He does everything that we've never seen before. He has the highest IQ possibly we've ever seen in the entire NBA as a center. Not athletic, not the greatest defense, but he's proven that he can really defend in this playoffs. He's really defended well. I don't know.
Better for sure than he did originally. Yeah. There it is. Nikola Jokic, to me, can be the greatest center of all time. I'm there with you. Greatest player, I'm not there yet. Greatest player, I have not solidified that for me yet. But the dude is just IQ is what is going to surpass any center, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. I know Shaq, Kareem, Bill Russell, these guys, respect. They dominated when they played. They created different shots. I mean, that it was impressive what they did. Will Chamberlain saying, dominant. Yeah. You always hear that. But Jokic is intelligent. He's intelligent and he's dominant. Who else out of those guys has that at his level? Sure, they had intelligence, but to his level, I don't see it.
Yeah.
Nikola Jokic will be the greatest center of all time.
Whoa!
The NBA.
You're on it too?
I'm on that wave, and I'm riding that wave, and I'm emphasizing that wave. And I'm going to keep riding that wave till I land at the shoreline.
Wow.
Jokic. Greatest center of all time when it's all said and done.
He
That
could. I really do think so. Like, I know people might call us crazy, but he really can. He can. I
it's
mean,
realistic.
with the MVPs that he has and with what he just did in the finals, breaking those records to lead points, rebounds, assists, that's a huge milestone to have above these other guys.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, you won't ever reach Russell's championships. No. But you can definitely get the MVPs, get the finals, appearances / wins that you need. And with the stats that he's putting up, they're going to be better than anybody. That's for sure. Put that together, he's going to be debatably the best center of all time. I'm very confident.
Let's go. Let's go. Come on now. All
That's what we
right.
do.
Well, some we'll say Buttercrack
Butt
Sports
crack sports.
sorry, Buttcrack, that's it. Buttcrack Sports releases. They say NBA cover athlete is Ja Morant. Now, yes, this is fake news. If you couldn't tell, I think any person with a mind or a
Yes.
brain that can see would say this is not going to happen based on what Ja has done and even his season he had. So, the NBA 2K24 cover athlete, who is it going to be? Who is taking it? Is it Jokic because what he just did? Are they taking that into consideration? I think they do because it's not that released till September unless that's already been sealed and printed. But what do you think who's going to be the cover athlete of 2K24?
I don't think it'll be Jokic.
Okay.
They had D-Book last year, which I was pretty surprised on. I think it goes a lot with they have to play really good, have a great year, don't get me wrong, but it's also about, the likability of the player so much and their image. I think it could be Tatum's year.
Ooh, okay.
Someone like him, I feel like maybe Tatum. Has Embiid ever been it?
I don't know.
They could run it with Embiid.
They could do Embiid. Sleeper pick.
Mm-hmm. I'd say my bet would be Tatum, though. Because Tatum hasn't been it, has he?
Mm-mm. I don't think so.
Been.
Well, yeah. How about Giannis? Has he been on it?
I think so, yeah. 20.
Giannis has. Okay.
Let me see.
I would say if he hadn't, I kind of like Giannis because he had the best record in the NBA in the regular season. Everyone loves Giannis.
So 23 was, as we said, it was Booker. 22 was Luka.
Okay.
22 Luka. 21 Lillard.
Lillard. Logo time.
Yep.
I like that. And
20 was AD.
Okay.
And so 19 was the Freak.
Freak was 19. Yes. Well, listen, I mean, I'll say this. Yes, I think you bring up a great point about how it is like a little bit of style, a little bit of this, like because they don't just give it to a player that was just the best player in the NBA. MVP was Embiid, so I think that's a fair take to make. And it would be interesting because everyone talked about why it should have been Jokic to win the MVP, not Embiid this year, and that's valid to make.
Yes.
Why not Jokic? I mean, the dude helped Denver, deliver the first NBA title in franchise history. That's a big thing. Swag to that, right? Build the name. He doesn't look the part, but he did the part. I just think, how do you not put him on the cover after that? I don't see how you don't. Giannis has got one already. Embiid could be the other one. I could see, like you said. And then, I like Jokic to get it done. Jokic on the cover. I don't know how you don't. Yeah. That's me, though.
Yeah. I'm going to go with Tatum.
All right.
Just because I think he has the most fans of those guys.
Jack Cody.
I just think Boston's a huge market. Everyone loves Tatum, it seems like. Everyone loves Tatum. I mean, you rarely see people that are not big fans of Tatum. So I think it could be him. He had a great year as well, He could be due.
All right. I like it. All right. Next thing we're doing, pretty fun. Didn't think this was coming forward. Put it on here. I love it. But it's compare these NBA players to NFL players.
Mm-hmm.
Changing sports, guys. Where are we seeing these stars in the NBA as compared to athletes in the NFL?
Yeah.
So how do we want to do it?
Let's start it off. I'll ask you, and then I'll just give you my answer after.
All right, let's do it.
Does that sound good?
That sounds good. I thought about it. I think 2 of them I got. So like for this person, and I'll figure it out as we go. But yeah,
I'll be pretty I'm not really sure any of mine right now, to be honest, but
Okay.
compare these NBA players to NFL players. We're going to start it off with Luka Doncic.
Luka. All right, Luka to me, this is one I kind of had a little bit. I thought of, but I like Joe Burr for Luka.
Really?
I think like I see, IQ, right? Like that, like the way they see the game that they play is very similar.
Okay.
Because Joe is able to do that on a constant basis as well as Luka. I also think they don't come across as the best athlete, right? You don't think of Joe Burrow as like this Lamar Jackson-esque player. You don't think of Luka as the best athlete in the NBA, not even a chance. But they are dominant at what they do. And I think in their sport. So I like the Joe Burrow Luka Doncic comparison.
Right. Okay. I
Yeah.
mean, yes, he doesn't have a ring either, but he's been a lot
Yeah, sure.
closer, a lot more winning than
Yeah.
Doncic. Luka to me is the definition of Josh Allen. Josh
Okay.
Allen is thought of being this next big guy. Everyone's like, oh, he's no one's seen anything like him. He throws, he runs, he does all this. Just like Luka's big, he can pass, he shoots. He's a guard that's no one's seen. No, he's not athletic like Josh Allen. No, but what we're comparing also is how well they've done. They don't seem to get near the ring. They're never there. They're always expected to maybe get there, and they always fall short with them leading their teams. I'm going to go with Josh Allen for Luka Doncic.
Okay. Yeah, the championship thing's cool. I didn't go to that level, but I like that. It's respectable. Josh Allen and Luka. Okay.
Number 2, Kyrie Irving.
Kyrie Irving. See, Kyrie Irving, I think running back, don't you? Or am I wrong with that? Or do you think receiver?
I'm thinking a little bit in a different way, I guess you can say.
Okay, yeah, sure. You're probably thinking more like championship, not getting there. Yeah, I don't know. I think about players that are just quick offensively, like they're shifty, they're agile, for comparisons. But I'm trying to think of who comes to mind from. I don't have one really. Maybe like a slot guy, maybe like a Jamar Chase. I don't know. I really want Joe Burrow, so I'm doing another one. But championship wise, obviously, I mean they haven't gotten it, but I just think, he has. Kyrie has, actually, right. So championship wise, I'm not thinking about that way. I didn't for the other one, so I'll stay with it. But I just think when I think offensive, flashy, maybe actually no, I'm going to change it.
Flashy.
Kyrie Irving is Tyreek Hill.
Okay.
All right. There we go. He is so different with the ball in his hands. Tyreek Hill, same thing. When Tyreek Hill gets the ball in his hands, boom, cheetah.
Gone.
Kyrie Irving isn't as fast, but it's shifty. It's quick. It's a different offensive game.
They're both very flashy, yet get it done while being flashy. They're great players. Definitely.
Yeah. There it is. Tyreek Hill and Kyrie.
I'm going to go with Aaron Rodgers.
Wow. Okay. So, you're going the other like that way.
Controversy. Always have their opinions that are very different. Always, kind of the villain, I'll say, in the league. I think Kyrie has that. So does Rodgers. So that's why I'm going to go with that comparison.
Okay.
Next one, let's do Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Okay. Giannis, the Greek freak, as they say, right? All right. So this one, that's another one I had kind of put together a little bit. So I like Giannis is Saquon Barkley.
Wow.
So Saquon Barkley, Giannis the freak. They're both just almost built like this insane specimen that's put in their perspective. Obviously, Giannis was skinny at the time, but now you look at him and you look at Saquon in their respective sports. Crazy thing too. So Giannis, right? Was selected. He was not the first pick. In his draft, it was Anthony Bennett to the Cavs, right? And Saquon, the same thing happens to him when they pick Mayfield, I think it was, over Saquon. So they could have both been in Cleveland even. Connection.
Wow.
Boom. I like Giannis as the the same or comparable to Saquon Barkley.
That's great. I love that. Very good. I also think he's so running back like. I was thinking Derrick Henry.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
just think of just the bulldozer. They're not pulling a move on you. They're not trying to juke you at all. They're just going to run in a straight line right through you, and you're not going to stop it. So that's what I have. And Derrick Henry to me is the best running back probably in the league. Sure. And Giannis is the best at what he does, obviously in the NBA.
I like that. All right.
Yeah, last,
same kind of vibe.
Probably the easiest to me, Steph Curry. Who do you compare him to?
Okay, I got to think of how I want to do it because I guess you can make it what he does. I think I know what you're going to say.
Yeah, I think a lot of people probably will with what I have to say. It's just very.
I might go different route than maybe I could. Maybe more his Seahawk days. What about Russell Wilson?
Oh, that's so mean to Curry that it's unbelievable.
I think though, like Russell, broke touchdown records. Like Curry set the range from 3. Both undersized. Weren't expected to be this star. I guess I'd say starter in their starting point guard, be a stud. Russell Wilson, same thing. Wasn't expected to be near him. He was supposed to die out in the NFL. And they both proved people wrong. Now, Patrick Mahomes is a good one that comes to mind for me for Curry. But I think I'll go with Russell due to the fact the tangible, what he looks like, what he's done to prove people wrong. Passing touchdowns for Russell, 3-pointer for Steph. Undersized, had to work their way, nosing into the league and prove themselves as being great players.
Okay. As you said, Mahomes. I'm going to go with Mahomes. I think a lot of people compare Mahomes to Curry. When people do this, I just think, similar to what you're saying, but I think Mahomes obviously has changed the game so much as well.
Yeah.
He does it all so much. And, I think both being from the West, kind of being on teams that were never thought of being, the greatest teams in Kansas City and Golden State, not big market teams. They came in, changed it all, changed the culture really, and changed both their sports. And they both win. They both win a lot. They're always there. They're always competing no matter what's going on. So that's why I have them. Don't need as much of a rundown. You guys probably expected that from one of us.
Yeah. I like that. That's what I thought of as well. I just I'll throw an audible on them. But yeah, I like it. That's fun. That's fun. You got to think a little bit weirdly.
Yeah.
That you wouldn't before.
There's a lot of ways to take it for sure.
Yes. Agreed.
I was thinking about Burrow to throw in like you.
Are you?
I didn't have one that I really liked for Burrow. Burrow's my favorite QB.
Yeah. Josh Allen's good for Luka though. I think that's a good one. Burrow. Yeah. I just thought
he can be.
Yeah, he can be, right? So, all right, last thing we're going to do is we're going to predict. So, because we got to talk NBA draft. It's here Thursday. I love the NBA draft. It's always a fun night. Love it seeing, especially the Pistons when we had our pick last year with Jaden Ivey. Exciting times for Detroit. And we had Cade. We'll see how it plays out, guys. It's early. But NBA draft board says it's done. NBA draft is upon us. Got to talk about it. So, we'll just sum it up quick. We're going to just do our top 5 predictions for the NBA draft coming in on Thursday, who we think is going to go in each spot.
Yeah. We'll start it off probably with 1.
Yeah, let's start 1. Let's do it like all they would. So the first pick in the NBA draft is...
We already know who it is. It's Big Vic. Yes.
Plus, what is it? -2. I want to say at least 220,000 or 200,000. One of those two big numbers.
Wait, what?
Minus 20,000. 20,000 for him to be first pick.
Wow. I mean, it's as free ridiculous. As it gets, though.
So free.
So free. I mean, if you're a billionaire, how do you not kind of just throw $2 million on it?
I don't know how you don't. Why not, right? I can maybe see if I can pull up extra right now because I'm on there. But yeah, it's just crazy. Like that he was able. I mean, he's just able to sustain this big of a. I don't think we've seen it since LeBron, right? Have we?
No, I think this is bigger than LeBron actually.
Sorry, 50,000. My bad. It went up.
50,000. I mean, 50, that's 000. So unbelievable.
Crazy. So
let's do it. If you put $1 million on that, I'd love to know how much you get.
I got you.
That's
1
so
million wins you $2,000.
not even worth it. Not even close to worth it at all.
10,000 just for because that's like it wins you $20.
Yeah, that's not worth it at all.
No, no one's
no,
gonna do it. No one's gonna do it.
no.
But there you go. First pick was too hard for us to make, but we did it anyway.
Yep, we did it. Congratulations, Victor. You are now going to be the best player on the Spurs that they've ever seen. Past Tim Duncan. Nice one.
Yep. There it is.
2, the Hornets. They've been very back and forth. First it was Brandon Miller. Now it's leaning more towards Scoot. To me, it's like, how could you ever pass up Scoot no matter what team this is? So I'm going to go with him. I think he's like minus 200 for it now, or 190, something close to it. But I've always been Scoot second. I think he's going to be really good. I'm going to go Scoot.
Yeah, it's shifting a lot. Because I was looking at it the other day and it was like plus 110 Brandon Miller. And I think they're doing workouts right now. So I'm sure something came out maybe because it shifted a little bit more. And Scoot is at minus 260 now. So it's getting more favorable at 2 for him. I'll be what's the word? A little different, or maybe a ballsy play, right? So I'm going to go with Brandon Miller at 2. I just think him and LaMelo pair up. It could be a really cool duo, if you will, down in Charlotte if it works out. He's a 6'9" wing who can be dynamic offensively with LaMelo. I think it could be scary. And I just think position-wise it works out really well for them. Scoot, like you said, how do you pass it up? It's more position fit. Charlotte's going to throw an audible at the draft portal there and go snag Brandon Miller too.
I don't think Bridges would like that.
Nope.
Okay. Yeah, definitely could be good. I think that that LaMelo Bridges connection, though, can't forget. He hasn't been in the league. They were really making noise, like highlight after highlight, those two. I really think that they could make noise if they're back together.
We'll see if they are.
We will see. I'm going to go with Brandon Miller at 3. I think if Dame does somehow stay in Portland, I think Brandon can make the immediate impact that maybe they're looking for, both on the defensive and wing side, which is what they need. Not a guard, obviously, with Simons and Dame. So, yeah, I'm going to go with Brandon Miller at the 3.
Yep. He's the last of the big 3 guys in this draft class. You got to take him. If you're Portland, Scoot Henderson, yes, maybe he doesn't pair as well with a guy like Damian Lillard, but he can change the game. He's just a different type of player. You don't want to pass up on him because of the upside and the chance if you don't pick him, what he could become. So Scoot Henderson will still go here in the top 3.
Wow, they will be so guard dominant. Shaden Sharp, Scoot Henderson, Anthony Simons, Damian Lillard.
That would be nuts. But if Miller gets picked too, like what do? You got to still take him, right? I think.
I wouldn't take him.
Really? Okay. I think you still do just because his rank, his I guess just what he brings. But
I know, but
it's tough. It's a tough situation.
They're just so win now. They need a big. They'll probably go
trade
with
the pick then. Trade the pick then. I would.
That's what right. That's probably what they'll do. But that's
if
not
it happens. They're waiting. Maybe. Yeah, they're waiting.
I agree. They will probably trade the pick. Rockets at 4. Oh God, this is when the draft gets just ugly, man. Without looking at anything, no odds in front of me, just off the top of my head, I think Jarris Walker will be a huge mistake if they do pick him. So I'm going to hope that they don't for the Rockets' sake. Mm-hmm. And I think that they go with one of the Thompson twins. Who's the more favorited one? I'm sure you have
Amen Thompson.
And we will go with Amen Thompson for the Rockets at the 4 spot.
Yeah, I know the James Harden interest that's out there for them. So what will they do? Who will they get to pair? That's something to think about, but I think he just brings upside. Amen Thompson, we talk about it. I think they're going to be really, really good. At least one of them. We'll say, I can say both, but one of them will be really, really good, I think, in the NBA just because the upside they bring athletically above the rim players. They can be playmakers and they can defend the ball really well. I just think they can establish themselves in the NBA. So I like Amen as well at 4 here just to be. You got to take him, I think, if you're the Rockets.
Yeah, I think so too. Where is Jarris Walker? Just before I take my 5th pick,
let me look. I just had it up. He's picked 7 to Indiana Pacers now.
Okay.
He could play as early as 5, they say, but they think that they'll get him here.
And then 6 is the other Thompson twin.
No, actually. So it's Whitmore's at 5.
Yeah.
Black is 6. Walker 7. Asur 8. Hendricks 9. Case and Wallace 10 on this one I'm on, which is CBS.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think the Pistons are in a load of trouble with this pick, to be honest.
I know.
I don't think there's a right pick at all. I'd trade it if it was me. But I'm going to take the other Thompson twin. I think they go back-to-back, which would be really sweet to see. I hope the Pistons do it just because I think that he's the riskiest. And, I think that's what we need right now, if anything. Just get someone that can maybe just turn out to be great. And if they don't, take the bust and go. Because that's what we need. And just more Sadiq Beys to come through the Pistons.
Right. I mean, it's like, I think when you look at what you can get at the 5 spot, you could go down and make a crazy pick of some kind, like with a shooting guard that wasn't supposed to be here. I mean, you could even consider like a Buffkin or like I don't know who else. Like
God.
There. Like just because he's a playmaker or he can create his own shot.
Take Amani Bates at 5.
Right. Why not? That's what I'm kind of trying to say, that we shouldn't be as like, oh, he fits perfectly. Detroit has done that so many years now, and it never works out.
No.
He can shoot the ball. Dude, this NBA, everyone has to shoot the ball. Like, he might not be as good of a shooter now, but you got to take the risk in this pick because nothing is set in stone. Cam Whitmore, yes. Oh, everyone thinks he's a great fit because he's a wing that can shoot and play D and just be a great role player with K9. I don't think we need it. I don't think we need it because when you draft players, you can always go get role players, but when you draft players, you want someone I think that has a lot of upside. I just don't think Whitmore has that. I don't think Walker has that. For me, I think Asur Thompson has that. I do. I think out of any of the guys left, he could be the guy that can improve his play, be a playmaker, be a shooter, eventually, pick up his shot. I know that's not what he's known for, but I think Asur Thompson as well at 5 because I want them to do something different. And that's why I put him there. But you can pick safer picks for sure. But
you know who else I think is going to be really good? But the Pistons literally have him just in a different player, and it's Anthony Black. Cade Cunningham is Anthony Black, just so you guys know. They're the same player. That's why the Pistons won't take him. But Anthony Black in any other draft is for sure top 3, I would say. Yeah. I mean, with no Wembanyama, no Scoot, you could definitely see him probably sneak into the 3 because teams need someone like him. I mean, he's just like 6'10", point guard, can shoot decently. We saw him at Arkansas. I mean, he was great. He was really good. He plays defense. He's long. He has so much upside. So much. He's young.
Yep,
he's young as it gets.
It'll be interesting to see because if he goes to Orlando at 6, they have Markelle Fultz maybe or what's his name?
They have a lot of young guards. Fultz,
Cole Anthony.
Jalen
Suggs. But they'll have him at the 2, so Black plays a 1. But yeah, I think he could take over the 1 spot, which I think is why maybe the Magic can do it. It's like why Franz, him, and Suggs.
Magic sweet. Be scary, dude. Paolo.
That's what I was missing. Yep, that's a decent lineup, but I don't think Black will be there right away in that mix just because who they have so heavy of. But yeah, I think he could eventually take that over if he blossoms or develops the right way in Orlando.
Right. True. Very true.
All right, there we go. Good draft.
Very similar here from us.
Yeah, very similar. I had a feeling it could be, but we'll stick with it. Difference on the 2 pick, which will be the most exciting thing of this draft early on, at least the 2 pick.
Yeah, for most of you guys, it'll be the 2, the 3. For us, it'll be the 5. That's all that matters.
Yep. Yes, it is.
And it'll be miserable. But It is what it is. We're used to that as Pistons fans. There's no fun. None of that.
Except for last draft, it was pretty hype. But
that's all we got. We got 1 year. We got 1 year of being hype about Ivy. And I think Ivy, actually, I have not given up on Ivy. Just so you know. Not thrown in the towel.
I agree. All right, well, that's going to do it. Cade Cunningham, I don't know. Well, give him a chance, guys. Facilitator, connector. Come on, Cade.
Oh, God. No.
Healthy Cade. Don't forget. Don't forget at the end of his rookie season.
End of
forget
his
about
rookie
it.
season.
Going into
Yes.
his sophomore season, he could have
Was
ended in the
so
injuries.
bad. So bad. He was awful.
Oh God, the number one
Awful.
pick. I
Awful
know.
player.
Hey, I'm praying. Prove
What
everyone
a
wrong, Cade.
miracle.
Please.
Please.
Anyways, that's gonna do it. We're out of here. It's been a long episode, but I appreciate everyone hopping in, tuning in. You know, we love it here at StickKidSports. We got more coming your way. We're differentiating. We got a jersey giveaway. There's a lot coming. We're gonna be posting a lot this week. We're promoting that, and we'll give you a deadline on the giveaway, along with just updating you guys on what we're doing. A lot's gonna happen the next couple months. Stay with us. Stay acclimated because we're coming in hot.
Yes, we are coming in so hot. You've never seen anything like it. Be prepared. Next month, especially, be ready on the grind. All right, boys.
Let's do it. All right. Take it easy, everyone. Peace.
Deuces.